You are listening to the Showbiz Side Hustle Podcast, powered by PerformerPreneur. I am your host here, Nicole Louise Geddes, and together we'll be delving into all of the ways that a showbiz side hustle can support you now and long into the future. So sit back, relax, and listen in, and together let's get inspired to take action to create the life, future and business of your dream. This episode is sponsored by the Showbiz Side Hustle Handbook, available on Kindle and in paperback over on Amazon. Follow the simple tasks laid out over 3 easy to action sections and effectively build a strong business foundation for a successful showbiz side hustle. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's podcast drop day, and I'm super excited, as always, to talk to you today about a topic that I believe will push you and your showbiz side hustle success swiftly forward. We're talking about success in general today, and I really want you to understand and know that this is such a personal journey. Success can look absolutely different for absolutely everyone. So please sit back, listen in, grab a cup of tea, and let's get really intentional about understanding what our personal success looks like, where we want to be, where we want to go, and those markers that we're going to celebrate along the way. You are listening to my podcast, the Showbiz Side Hustle Podcast, and we are here today to talk about success. So, as I've just said, it's a very, very personal journey. Your success could look different to my success. So take a little moment to have a breath, to have a think about what you want your life, your business, your success to look like. Some people's might be financial, some people's might be time with the family, freedom, travel, but you do need to know where you're going, where you're aiming, and what you're going to celebrate, because you have arrived and you are there and you have got to where you want to be. So my personal success story will be absolutely different to yours. For example, a performer might define the fact that they need extra money to support their performing careers, and when they've got that balance right, they will feel successful. Another client and performerpreneur might say, actually, I just want the side hustle to be really smooth and easy and able to support me to have more freedom and build my family. So it's very, very different, as you can see, depending on where you are in your life, where you are on your journey, and what success looks like to you. So we're going to look a little bit deeper at why it's important to have this understanding of your personal success and where you want to be, where you want to go. And more importantly than all of that is that journey along the way and celebrating those small successes, those small success markers that get you from A to B to C to D until we reach the vision, the goal, the success that we have curated and dreamed of and are preparing ourselves to reach and to be. So please have a little think about those steps along the way. The big goal is absolutely necessary. And I speak about vision, I speak about goals, I speak about knowing where you want to go. But along the way, we have to, in my opinion, enjoy the journey. We have to know those tiny little steps to celebrate, to keep us motivated. Business, as I always say, can be tricky. And so to have these little markers, these little moments where we celebrate and share our success, we reflect on where we've been and where we're going and how quickly or slowly, but how intentionally we are getting there, really does deserve your attention. It really does deserve that moment of clarity and celebration. So we're going to be talking about success markers too. And in the next few episodes, I'll be bringing in experts to talk to you about what success means and how we can embrace that kind of success, but also that embarrassment around shining a light on it and celebrating ourselves more publicly. So what are you thinking when it comes to your own success? Are you where you want to be? Or are you on the right direction to where you're going? And have you stopped and had a little think about where you have been, where you've come from, and where you are now, and that journey, and celebrated those milestones along the way? Now, when we arrive at what we think is our success, where we've planned to be, you'll most likely find yourself with a new idea, a new direction, a new objection, because a new objective, because you are going to be growing and growing all the time. And what might have been a success marker at the beginning of your side hustle or performing career will absolutely evolve and change. So somebody at the beginning of their side hustle journey might just have their first client as their success marker. They want to reach the fact that they are having a paid client, buying and building and using their services. That might be their first success marker. But actually, when they arrive there and they have a paying client, that objective moves, it grows, it gets bigger, and suddenly they want 5 paid clients or consistent revenue, so that they can celebrate and feel secure as well. So have a little think about where you are and where you're going. I'd love anybody that wants to share their success with me to do so in the chat, in the comments, in my DMs, over in the Facebook group. And I always, every week, encourage my members to share their success. Find the smallest little thing and drop it into the group chat so that we can celebrate you, that we can shine a light on you, and we can, watch you as you move from A to B to C to D and hitting those small markers. If you were in the corporate industry and you had a big corporate career, you would be given these objectives, these success markers to reach, and they would be guiding you and showing you where you need to be and what targets you need to hit. So let's have a little think about how that works in the corporate world and how we can do that for ourselves, being a heart-led solopreneur, a performerpreneur, juggling all of the things with no big corporate boss, dangling carrots of extra pay or parties and things like that to motivate us to keep going on our way. So in the corporate world, you might get the option and the opportunity to hit targets, to be rewarded either financially or with luxuries, promotions and things like that. But we don't have that here working for ourselves. But I do advise you to do and think about how you can incorporate something very similar on a smaller scale into your working year, your quarters, your weeks and your months. When you hit a target that you have set yourself, when you have hit a success that you want to celebrate, are you rewarding yourself for reaching said target and success? And that's what I would like to instigate today. That's the little action that I want you to take. I would love you to pop down on a piece of paper, have a little think about those steps, where you want to go, and those success marks and those moments that you believe you should be celebrating. And more often than not, ladies and gents, we don't. We just get wrapped up in the journey and we just keep going, and we don't even realize that we've made some of these big leaps and hit some of these targets and done some of these incredible things. We don't often stop and celebrate them, which is why in the membership, I do encourage people to reflect, to pause and to share. So I would love you to write down those moments in the next few months that you would enjoy celebrating, you believe deserve that moment of reward, and then add a reward onto that success. When you hit that target, be it large or small, what are you going to do to reward yourself? If you hit 10,000 followers on a social media platform, that should be celebrated. We should be shouting it out to the world and letting people know that we are becoming the version of ourselves that we are truly intending to be. But equally, something more personal. What can you do? Can you open a bottle of Prosecco that evening and have a moment of celebration with a family member or a partner? Can you treat yourself to something that you wouldn't normally do, maybe a massage or a facial, or even go on a very, very small shopping spree? These things will keep you motivated. They will get you excited about pushing through those difficult times when sometimes business feels like treacle. You'll be really keen to keep on going, to keep moving forward, keep finding ways, because you are looking and waiting and wanting to reach that success marker so you can celebrate and reward yourself. And that would be my practical advice for keeping you motivated. And there's a story in my handbook that speaks about the wonderful Lucy, whose success markers changed very, very swiftly as her business grew very, very quickly in the pandemic. I'm hoping to bring Lucy on as the member spotlight this month, so do listen to her. She hit the VAT threshold very, very soon, and those milestones along the way did change as they evolved and as her business grew. So it'll be a really interesting story to take you on Lucy's journey, but it is inside the Showbiz Side Hustle Handbook. So please do grab that off Amazon if you want to read about that and many, many more actionable top tips to think about and to reward yourself when you hit those success markers. The journey, as I say, can be difficult. So please do have a little think about this podcast, sit back and relax and work out what you're going to do to celebrate yourself, either publicly or more so solely, specifically on your own or with your family. But please do have a little think and make sure that you are adding those targets, those carrots, those small success markers, and they are rewarded for you too. Because I personally know by personal experience how important that can be. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about some other things to get your brain working. We're going to be talking about not ignoring the numbers, because many people define success in a monetary term. So it feels a very natural conversation to have about understanding the numbers inside your business, not ignoring the numbers and not being scared when the numbers maybe don't stack up, because actually they are very small steps, those numbers, showing us how quickly or how intentionally we are reaching where we want to be in terms of financial success. So please do come back and listen into that. And whatever you're setting yourself as a success marker, please make sure they're not too huge, and you've got small ones along the way, because that big goal, yes, it's important. Yes, it fires us up. Yes, that's where we want to be. But what is happening along the way? That journey to success has to be enjoyable. Otherwise, there's absolutely no point. You have to take those small steps. You have to celebrate along the way. And if you join the membership, the Serious Side Hustle Club, I will invite you, as I say, to share your wins, to share your successes weekly, and every month inside the club call, we really do dig deep into those and share many a success, big and small, and also a couple of things that have gone wrong, because let's be real here, life does not always go to plan, but we are often very, very caught up in the what went wrong, and we very, very often don't focus on the what went right. And I think it's very important in business, especially as a solopreneur, a performerpreneur, somebody juggling lots of balls, to forget to stop and reflect. So today's podcast is a very quick reminder of exactly that. Success is personal. It's a personal pursuit. It looks different for you as it does for me, as it does for anybody in your circles, your friends, your family. So please don't watch and worry what anyone else is doing. Just sit tight and work out what success looks like for you, and then celebrate those little steps that get you to where you want to be. Reward yourself as if you are a corporate big player in the industry. Make those moments count by celebrating those wins with little treats, little public celebrations, and shout out about yourself and your showbiz side hustle success. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Thank you for joining me here on the Showbiz Side Hustle Podcast. So until next time, please do take a little bit of action, that very first step, and make sure that you are doing something for you and your showbiz side hustle this week to move you forward and get you heading quickly and swiftly and strategically towards success.